Hello and welcome to Hamrok Live. And today we're going to start Gilded Spire. We're going to finish up what we did yesterday in Night of Shadows, and then see where the day takes us. We're on the Warrior, the Shaman, the Monk, Bard, and the low-level Mage that we're kind of just lingering along with us here. Now, the two named dragons are up right now, and we're going to try to get them, but I'm having some issues with auto-follow today. So let me go grab these dummies again. I don't think they all have solos. I think that's really what the problem is. Let's go back over here. All right. Go. Possibly. Possibly they all have it now. It looks like maybe they're being killed. I don't know exactly what's going on. So we're just going to run up and look. There's two other names up. So if we can get them, we can get them. If we can't, we can't. Let's just make our way, though. I like to go this way. So if the dragons are dead and we can't get to them, they're engaged. Obviously, we'll move on to something else. But they drop such good loot, so it's just worth doing. Yeah, I can see here, yeah, this guy here killed that one. Let me see if there's anything on it. Wait, no, that's not even the dragon. Never mind. It's not the dragon. That's just a random mob. Let's double check tracking again. All right, it looks like Morelia is still up, so let's go back. Let's go higher. And Overwatch is up also, so we can go up here. But I like to do this every morning when I can to get these guys, just because I'm almost full uprising on my warrior. So I'm only missing like legs and boots, I think. So the sooner I can complete that, the sooner life is a little happier, right? See, I don't think there's one on this level, is there? Sky Marshal. No, we gotta go up. So if you go, I'll show this. There's these little guys. They don't show the eyes. They see invis, but if you do kind of some like stealthy work here and go like this, and then just run behind them, they don't do anything. But here's Morelia right here. We'll go ahead and kill her real quick. Now she does an FD. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna flash. We're gonna do, where is it at here? Let's do shield for now because I'm still trying to get her slowed. Yeah, let's do that. Warlord's Fury, that. Unconditional, that's the one I was looking for. There we go. Now, I don't think his mercenary is actually killing me. So, let's get that going. Now, let's get everybody in position. Now, this dragon does an FD. It is one of the most annoying dragons you can fight in this zone. But the FD is counterable by doing something neat. In your assist button, right there, you put /stand, right? /stand, and then you go in your options and you turn off auto duck. And then when you do a /stand, you will stand up. You will not sit back down. And so, while you're spamming your stuff and you're doing your, your spam button, it will correct itself. So hopefully that works out there for you if you try it. But he's already at 70%. We're not burning or anything. I don't have any of those enabled at the moment, but we do have the mage, and she's like doing a little bit more damage, I think, than normal. Let's take a look at the actual meter here. So I'm doing 1.9 million DPS. Voxel's doing 1 million DPS. The Bard is doing almost 500k. And that little baby, that baby mage is doing 26k. I'm gonna be generous there and actually say 26k. So she's just here for getting experience. Now you'll see how much experience she gets here in just a second. Let's go ahead and let's do some Burning Burns on the monk here. Let's get Infusion of Thunder, Spire, Symmetry, and then do heal. And then we'll let those all trigger off for a second. Then we'll do speed discipline in a second. Now, his DPS is, it's up to 1.2 now. So he's gonna get his DPS going up a little bit higher. But in all honesty, it doesn't go up much higher than, you know, where he's at, because I do not have enough heroic dexterity on him to really, I don't even think he was close enough to fight there for a second. I guess the mob's moving. There we go. Maybe I was thinking he's the mage there. Shaman's not standing up. Why are you not standing up? There we go. Let me check her button here. Yeah, it's there. Now, the only problem that I run into sometimes with this is that my my tank will get FD'd because he loses aggro, and I was losing aggro a lot with the tank, the tank mercenary, the DPS mercenary, because she would do so much damage and she never evades. So if I lose a little FD, you know, I get FD'd, right? I lose aggro, and then I have to fight for it back, and the mercenaries just keeping full, and the mercenaries don't get FD'd like players do. So it's a thing that you have to deal with sometimes, but there we go. So she's almost dead. Let's save speed for one of these other guys that's gonna be up here in just a second. Now, I never even slowed this one, it looks like. I was too panicked trying to get the heals off because the mercenary wasn't on, I guess. There we go. She's actually not in melee range. So you have to be like pretty much under these things to cast on them, so that's probably the issue there. There we go, and 2%. Where do we end up at? 1.5, 1.3, 450. Respectable DPS, 3.3 total. Could be better. Could be better. All right, what do we get here? Whoa, we got a lot of stuff, and we got the bag, which I think I already got one. Let's see here. I already got one on one of these gears. That's just Combine Hero. Yeah, maybe it's a different pack. All right, so we got gloves. Let's send those to the new mage. Let's send that to Voxel. Now, does Voxel have arms? Voxel has arms. All right, let's send these arms to the shaman, because I already have them, right? Yeah. Let's give them to the shaman. Give that to Voxel. Let's give those to Voxel too. There we go. And then the warrior sword. Just leave that there. What is this? 42 slot bag. Ah, yeah, you're gonna get that. It's all you, buddy. All right, so that works. Okay, readjust those later. And then let's see here. This. I'm just gonna take this for trivia right now. I think that's gonna be the smartest play on Viva. She does not have enough tribute. And speaking of tribute, let's make sure that's all activated, so that we are good to go here. All right, so it looks like we still have the two names up that are on tracking. So let's go get them. Invis. And let's go up. So that was Scale Rot, Overwatch, and Breaker. So that's just up another layer here. Now we need to sell those. All right. So let's make our way up more to the top here. So this named. He's not up. This one is, which one is this? This is the, oh, this is Breaker. Breaker is up. So Breaker is right here. Perfect. I didn't even realize that. All right, we got him. Let's just turn him slightly. Let's get him slowed, and then I'll get the melee doing their thing. Yeah, he does a knockback. I forgot about that. Perfect. We'll get him right there. Get her right here. And where are you at? We'll stand you like right here. All right. Actually, let's do this. I want to do it slightly different because he's going to knock me somewhere I don't want to be, and I'd rather just move these guys slightly every time than deal with the wall that I'm dealing with. He should be fine there because he's instantly summoned back, right? Because plus I got heroic or jump or whatever it is going on, so it's just going to be easier. And there we go. So I'll battle leap as soon as I get knocked back, right, if he doesn't summon me. So it's not a huge deal, so should go pretty quick here. Let's do whatever burns we got on him, just because he is slightly annoying. And the next one is pretty easy. All right. I feel like OBS is limiting my data for some reason. Don't know why. Looks okay though. See if I can fix that real quick. No, I can't. Let's see here. Whose pet is that? Go just get summoned back, so it's not too bad. It's better than getting knocked into a wall and then having the camera all get all bungled up and stuff. So it works out pretty good. Close that, and there we go. So next up, we'll go up a layer. So then Breaker is the next guy. The Overwatch is right up top, I believe. One more layer. There we go. We got a shield and feet. All right. All right. You got that. What does this say? Tank shield. I'm going to give that actually to my Bard for reasons I'll figure out later. Off mark. Oh, jeez. All right. Let's get those back on. This. And let's go up here. Right around this corner. And then we'll go up this way. I does not ever attack. Alright, so the guys in here, I think, Overwatch, Inspector. He's right over there. Alright, perfect. Still didn't attack. I don't know what his deal is. All right, so let's do Flash of Anger, stand. Let's get slow on here. All right, he's slowed. Now I'm gonna move these guys manually, so they're not on auto follow. As I get like knocked around and I tilt him a little bit here. All right, sevens. We're gonna do all our burns that we got left after all those named, and then we'll do this one. Not much that we got, but not too bad. Apparently this name used to be hard, but at some point they nerfed him significantly, so now all he does is like an AoE snare, so it's not too bad. All right, let's see here. And she got like 12% experience. Let me see here if I can find it here on the... yeah, 5% for the Crusher guy. Let's see, took a little bit of damage there. She's gonna get probably... yeah, she's dead. But... oh, she healed herself. Well, the AoE heals from the Shaman. But, yeah. I think she got 12% for the other one. Should be right. Yeah, 12.79%. Yeah, she's gonna get chunked on this one because it's the AoE. It doesn't even affect my guys. Alright, there we go. Alright, so we got a Molted Cloak, which we're gonna get. We're just feeding all the loot to Ketka today. Alright, we're gonna give those to Voxel maybe? Nope. Viva maybe? There we go. And Voxel gets the spell. Excellent. Alright, now I believe that is all the names up. Yep. So we're gonna get out of here. We're gonna go straight to Night of Shadows, Lost Turnip. Are you lost turniping? Why are you not lost turniping? You're not sufficient user level to use this. Alright. She's gonna anchor. What we're gonna do is we're gonna go back. I finished up most of the power corrupts. That was a quest we were on yesterday. And the issue, we, you know, like we got to the part where we have to like, you know, like kind of sneak around the guy, the commander that's walking around, and that took me literally two hours because I kept missing the spot that you had to be in to do it. And I don't know why you can't do anything. There you go. I kept missing the spot, so it was getting annoying. And then I was reading on, I think, Alakazam or EQ Resource, and there's a different spot I could go to in the location. And that spot worked. I'll show it here on my map on, I think this guy here. So it was... height filter off. This spot right here. So it's right here. It says stand here for the end, right? But if you stand right there, she literally walks over on top of you and kicks you out of the zone. So right here, number 7 is where you need to stand. It's like a pillar, and you need to like stand more on the inside of the pillar away from this wall, and she'll walk right past here, go right there, and you'll get credit for the end. It took me like 2 hours to get all that done on all of the characters, but I got all that done. Now all we have to do is kill the remaining mobs. There's just a few more mobs to kill, so we'll do that, and then we'll do the mission. So the mission will be immediately after we finish this, I believe. It's the last quest in the chain. We'll also finish up these mercenaries right before the mission too, because I'm not going to come back here for a while until my timer's up for the mission. So we'll get that going. So we just pretty much run through here, and as long as there's no named up, you're perfectly fine running through here with invis. Now I have double invis from bars. I don't think there's anything undead up in this area. That's not where I want to actually go. I want to go over here first. So we got to kill these things to finish off the quest. So there's a spot right here with these guards on the bridge. And you can call a hero right here, no problem. And that is where we're going to call to. Come on. There we go. Got them. And there we go. Let's shrink up so we can get some better mileage here. And that mercenary is reactive. Perfect. Now I just come right over here to this spot. Oh my god, there's a named right here. Alright, we'll get him. How lovely is that? Oh, we got 2. Alright, I'm gonna Flash of Anger because this guy's not slowed yet. We're gonna do Reciprocal Shield. Let's brace for impact here. Let's do Armor of Ralosian. Here, let's kill the ad first. Let's see here. Area Taunt. I did slow the ad. Perfect. Let's get the monk behind here. What do you got here? Heal. Boom. Perfect. Focused. Like that. And let's just do devastating assault. Let's get the shaman slightly tilted and get the bard actually singing. And this whole time I'm spamming 5 for heals and everything else. So I'm constantly doing stuff as I do this. Now we're gonna move the mage. I'm gonna melee with the mage. This is gonna be something I'm gonna do with the mage from now on. Is we are gonna be meleeing with the mage. She procs, not now, but later on she'll proc a two-handed 10k proc or something like that, and it's gonna be definitely worth the extra damage that we can yield out of that. So hopefully that works. There we go. This animated square. These things take longer to kill than the names in that other zone. All right. So now we got Mace. This is the named one. He is debuffed. Let's do another round of debuffs on him. And I don't know why you're not singing. All right, perfect. And we do have 33 AA, but I don't think there's anything we can spend there. Now, I do want to check. We did max out spell resistance, so we can max out healing when we get a chance to get more of those. I think we're good there. Excellent. Now I've been working on moving Voxel. He's my monk. He's gonna become also a bard. So he's at 84 right now, and with the help of Blarp and stuff, I got him that high, and I got a heroic 100 I've been using to help get him up even higher. But the concept is I'm gonna be able to drop my bard here, and then during extra life I can bring in 3 people without, you know, losing my core group, and then I can just drop my bard when, you know, I'm not streaming or stuff like that. So I can bring in 3 people during extra life, and the goal is going to be, you know, help level people during that, because as I get my shaman max AA, she's not going to need AA, right? She's not going to need experience. As I get max AA on the monk, he's not going to need experience anymore. And then as I get, the bard will be max A probably before extra life. That's how fast they gain. It's just how fast it goes on a bard, but like that. And then I probably won't even have the mage up unless I am trying to, I can't get the right position there. There we go. Let's get you slightly closer, turn on attack. Do you have attack in your thing here? You don't. You're probably not going to want it in there either. This thing is like a billion hit points. 5. All right, so the dragons that we just killed, the Morelia and the Zarak one that we didn't kill, but I usually kill it, that has 1 billion hit points. This thing, from 2 expansions ago, I'm at 640 million hit points on it already, and I feel like it's taking longer to kill. It's kind of crazy. All right, let's do this. Where's the shaman? Let's get these on there, and then let's get Hamrok overloading splendor and pet attack, spirit call. Just get a little bit extra DPS on there. There we go. Because I mean, he's not even taking damage, right? Now it only does 1.2 million, but I think a lot of that has to do with we don't have Curse of Subjugation, which is the area Bane buff you get from the Outer Brood. So I think there's a little bit of damage we lose from that. But you know, you can see it's still a respectable amount of damage, all things considered. I mean, the mage is up to 75k, so I mean, there we go. All right, what did we get here? Jeez. We got legs we don't want, because this is all 120 gear. So this kind of got to think about it like that. Two-handed piercer for a Shadow Knight. I'm actually gonna give that to Vox. No, we're gonna give that to Viva for tribute. I'm gonna give both of these to Voxel. They're no use to these characters, but Voxel does have a persona, and I think that might be useful for him later on. All right, now we need some more of this rubble to finish up this quest since we got the name here. That was a long fight. All right. Oh, it looks like Ketka got a level 103. All right, Ketka, good job. Let's get you right over here so you're just like out of the way. Now we just need to remember that the name can respawn there at any point in time. But we should be done with this way before that. Ah, there we go. Excellent. All right, let's just keep pulling this way. Finish this up. Let's read that so you're not doing anything. Excellent. I just don't know why these things have so many hit points. I mean, this is like 300 million. That feels way too high. Let's get this one because he looks like a roamer. Switch you around. Excellent. All right, 40 A's. That should be enough to buy. Nope, we need 50 now. Are you at 42? You need 95. I don't know what is going on with that. It keeps popping up saying I'm not sending enough, but it's literally sending what it wants. I'll have to look at that here after this. Alright, let's see here. Can we finally get to these things here? Spirit debris. Let's move the monk. And move the bard. Excellent. Hey Griggs, how you doing? How are you doing today? Now I'm gonna grab this one just because he's like, I feel like he's in my way, right? It's gonna path in the wrong direction. And I think the only one that can take a hit is my monk. I was using my shaman to help power level yesterday, and I noticed her defense was still under 100. So it's definitely something I gotta work on. Come on. Yeah, that's working. Excellent. All right, now we're gonna have to double check the counts on these that we need, because I killed some when Voxel was not in the zone. So I just gotta double check to make sure he is the right number. Yeah, he needs 4 of these, so. And everybody else needs 1. So this will take a few extra seconds. Then we'll run over, kill some fungals, some Shiknar, and Shriekers. We need 1 Shrieker, so that should be easy. So this should knock out real quick. And then we'll do the mission, and then we'll go do Final Fugue. And then let's see where we're at that point. I think I'm doing Lorien Song Quest is where I need to go next to so I can evolve my necks. But I don't know. That's the whole concept. I don't want to do Lorien Song again. Hey, Lord Shampoo, I see here you farmed this zone for 6 months straight, 18 hours a day because someone said girlfriend should drop here and must be rare since I still don't. Oh my gosh. That's a good one. Lord Shampoo. Let's see here. Grab that guy. I just can't imagine coming to this zone if you didn't have to. It is definitely not on my top 10 list. I just feel like the mobs have way more hit points than the current expansion. Like, come on, really? Just drag in. Yeah, there you go. So, like, here's Moralia from Gilded Spire. How many hit points? Where is that? Oh, DPS summary. 896 million hit points. Mace from this expansion, 693 million hit points. Felt like it was a way more difficult fight, damage wise. Like it felt like it took forever. There we go. Just turn slightly. Excellent. And then let's see, what are we gonna do after Final Fugue? We could go quest. Where are we at quest wise? Lorien Song quests. You know what we could do? We could do Hero Forge. I think that one would be fun. Yeah, wait, there's only 2 partisans there. We can do Knockout Hero Forge. That one's easier. Where are those little floating debris things? Alright, we got an ad. Come on. There we go. Get the bard and then get the monk positioned. And we're good to go. Excellent. Still need 1 AA for that one. Good. What are you at? You have 41. Oh. Let's re-enable Langed Bite. There we go. Oh, we actually got a skill up on that. I didn't mean to do that, but oh well. What are you at level-wise? 14% into 103. Not bad. Let's grab some more of these and think. Let's see, we needed 1. He needed 4. Can't remember how many I've killed. He needs 1 more. All right, excellent. And then we just need to go talk to Tarson Lone Wolf, and we wrap this up. So we can go. Alright, let's finish this mercenary real quick. So let's get everybody up on follow. And invis. So if we go backtrack our way in, there's the mushrooms. But we should go right down here. Should we just kill these guys here? Light blue, I mean. And we need 3 of these, so it shouldn't be too bad. I'm doing great. I'm trying to knock out all these quests so we can get everybody's evolving items to evolve when the time comes. But this one is to get the cloak for the evolving item, so we can finish this quest line here and do that, and we should be able to spawn that. He's right there, so we're gonna do that one right after we turn this in and get these mercenaries done. And we should do alpha, reverse alpha. These don't hit as hard, so it's not too bad. Like, what am I getting hit for? 38,000? Not too bad. The extreme amount of overhealing I got going on right now too, from the shaman. I finally got her. Yeah, you can ask anything you want, man. Anything you want. I'm always available for questioning here, Discord, or whatever. If you were limited to TOL or lower and level 120, where would you go for your lesson burn? How geared are you? Are you limited by prestige gear also? Or do you have full prestige gear, right? I would say that is a big part of the equation there. Come on, slow that guy. Rampage. Because if you can do tier 2 Terror of Luckland, that's a little, better experience. But you would need to be like better gear than I think tier 1 gear to make it consistently safe. I'm subbed, so I'm not gear limited. Other than that, not being a raid forced outside my own mind. Yeah. So what is it? Let me figure out what the zone's called. Terra Luckland. Underground. Oh, this is Knights of Shadow. There we go. It's literally not showing. Yeah, Shadow Valley. There we go. Basilica. I like this zone. Basilica. Okay, so okay. Whoa. You're a paladin. All right, that changes things. You want to focus on undead. With yeah, you want to focus 100% on dead. Here, let me kill this while I think about this real quick. Which zone was it with the vampires? Fadeware, Blood Falls. Yeah, Blood Falls. I would go to Blood Falls. I think the undead were the zombies. The vampires are marked undead, if I'm not mistaken. I'd have to go and try it again, but if that is the case, that's where I would go on that, and that would be your best thing. Now, if you could get Lorian's song at 120, I would I would definitely go and do the undead in Lorien's Inn, but since you're limited to just Terror of Lucklin, I would focus on anything undead with your paladin. And if your paladin has some raid gear, he's just gonna destroy things like, you know, he's a badger in a candy shop. It's just gonna be vicious. Yeah. Bloodfalls, if those are undead, then that is the play. If they're not, Maiden's Eye has undead by the vampires there. I think those ones are undead. But I'm trying to remember if in Calvethian, get to the map here, in Calvethian, so these shades right here, I think they're undead, because if you don't have Invis Undead, I think they see you, if I'm not mistaken. But I'm not 100% sure. So that would be something I would double check. You know, find an undead mob that spawns with, you know, enough that you can handle them with your group and stuff like that, and stay there until you're max everything you need, because I think that would be the best option in most cases. Let's go this way. All right, we don't need these guys anymore. We need one of these guys. That's what we need right here. These. Hell is that down there? Oh, there's a whole like little village down there. All right, I've never even tried that. All right, let's kill one of these over here though. We need just a few of these. Let's get them. Yeah, I think that'll be like your best option with a paladin. Obviously, undead just die, right? Like if you can get a paladin on undead, they just melt. It's kind of funny. Like if you have a two-hander, I hit for 10 million on my 125 paladin on a regular, just grinding in. I was doing Lorien Inn, but it's just the, you know, huge hits like almost constantly, and you kill stuff faster than most DPS do once you have all that maxed out, and it is fun. But it only works on undead. Now there's undead in, you know, other expansions and stuff like that. Like it might even be worth it to fall back to like Call's Shadow, or, you know, Claws of Vision, or whatever the hell it's called. I can't even remember the name of it. Claws of Vision or Torment of Velius if you're power leveling, just because you'll be able to kill stuff so much faster. Like the undead will just absolutely melt if you're power leveling. But if you're all 120, I would focus on like Bloodfalls or any other 120 undead. But if you're power leveling, you could fall back and just destroy the undead in the Velius expansions and get some decent experience. I noticed last night that stuff in Empires of Kunark is still green to my Shaman at 125, so there is definitely, I think you'll get blues at 120 in those zones, and they would, you know, you'd kill them pretty quick, right, with a paladin, just because they're all undead. It's insane. I'd have to log on my FV paladin to like show it, but it is a sight to behold. There we go. These are counting, right? Yeah, we finished that one. So we need 1 Shrieker and 6 Shiknar. Come on. Let's go over here, I guess. All right. I think this shroom over here will kill. Wait. Let's do this guy. I didn't even see him last time, so we need to make sure we get these ones. Greed, whatever that is. Greed. That is. There we go. Try to clear up my screen so I can still see what's going on them. When alright, we're at 85 AA, so that means we can pick up Armor of Wisdom. I'm assuming these other guys got some AAs now. You still need 10. So this is the Shaman. I've finished all the healing ones except for Adept Healing. Alright, that's 50. What about the Bard here? No, she's still working on Synergy. There we go. Looking good. And also on my my randomization website should have all the zones with undead marked from all the expansions. So if you just pick like one of the one of the level ranges that you're in, and you do check undead, you should get a zone that has undead. Now, how good that undead is, that's a different question, but those are all marked. And you can also look on Alakazam. That'll show all the zones with undead too. Alright, hopefully those are actually counting. Okay. Got an ad from where I didn't expect it, but that's fine. Let's get this load. Some heals, jeez. What are we at hit point wise? 689. We were at 700k yesterday. I'm not sure what I lost. I AFK'd this guy in the guild lobby last night. He got some buffs, but I don't really depend on them as much as I do on FV here. So definitely nice to have, but doing well without. We're like almost full like crafted gear, so that, we're getting to that point of, you know, we're at that, you know, as strong as we can possibly be without raiding. But I think we still have a few more days from that. I know I'll probably finish it all out in Extra Life for sure. This is like a terrible spot to pull. Like, I feel like I'm gonna die. Like, I don't know how they're gonna path up to me, right? Like, this is definitely worrisome. Alright, you guys stand right here. Well, yeah. Oh, there's a shiny down here. Oh my gosh. That's a death trap. What are they thinking? That's an absolute death trap. Oh, okay. And this should give me 2. I think it gave me 3. Oh, we're gonna Flash of Anger. We're gonna AoE slow. Yeah, there's another one. We're gonna Fury, Rampage. I'm gonna stand these guys because I'm not gonna risk it. I'm going to Devastating Assault, Destructive Force, Infusion, Spire. Where's my Bard? There we go. Get you closer. The monk closer. I think the monk's actually off tanking that one, honestly. Yeah, the monk is off tanking that one. Alright, that one's done. The monk is actually a lot tankier than I was expecting it to be. It's definitely been great. Okay. Nice. Thanks for letting me know. Okay. I have no idea how to ban people in Twitch chat. Alright, so that is the mercenary done. Alright, we can now go turn this in and get the partisan done. And then we can finally do the mission a day later. So we're gonna run up through here. Alright, this way. And then straight across the bridge. And I think auto follow does work going up this, so we can go straight up here. And then through to the bridge. Ale. Doing. Normal. Potion. Glowed. Alright, that's done. So we just need to talk to this guy on everybody. There's partisan. Doing. Normal. Potion. Glowed. Ton of AAs for that quest. Doing normal potion glowed. All right, let me spend these AAs real quick. Let's get abundant healing. All right, that's maxed out. Spend it on you real quick before I forget. Dragon's Balance. Triggered by Eagle Pose, Tiger Strike. Do I use that now? I don't think I use that at all. Crane Stance. Problem with the monk is we're using like stuff from like level 63. It doesn't really have anything here. Torrent of Fists is one we want. All right, you need to turn this in. Doing normal potion glowed. There we go. And let's see here. Oh wait. There's a sword. No. There we go. That's how you do it. Most unintuitive interface I've ever used. All right. So who's this? This is the bard. We're gonna grab the last tier of insult, and then let's go over here to archetype and grab burst of power. Excellent. So you're done. Now, this character is going to be interesting because she's 103 and this is a 120 quest. So let's see what she gets for this one. All right, 27% plus 2% for doing that. So that's not bad. And she got some AAs out of that all too. Nice. Definitely, these are worth a lot of experience. I would not have thought it, in all honesty. But we're not gonna got nothing to spend our A's on for you. So let's run you back down over here, and let's do this mission. Call a hero. Do I spend yours? Yeah, we'll wait on that. Armor of Wisdom. Let's see, is this actually increasing our AC? Armor of Wisdom. Yeah, it is, like 15 points. And let's grab another layer of Delayed Death. Tail this guy. What is going on? We're a small group. Excellent. When one door closes. And let's just double check your AAs. And let's do short-term buffs real quick. Because I don't think I've been running. I wasn't running with voice or field all time. So we're almost at 11,000 AC, which is a nice number. All right. I think that is long enough. XTAR 19, say ready. Now, I do not think I can bring the mage into Final Fugue at 103, so might have to kick her and then do the mission without. But she's able to zone into this one somehow. she can't use the clicky to zone here, but she can come in. All right, let's turn off that and go forward. So what I do when I do this mission is I put my guys right here in this corner. Go ahead and pre-sing you. But I want them facing this way. There's a knockback stun effect in this mission, and it's kind of annoying. I almost guarantee that the mage will die, so I'm not too concerned about it. But we'll see. Now we should probably shrink them because otherwise they're going to be a little oddly positioned here. All right, let's get you over here because you're going to start the mission once I have everybody kind of positioned. Now there's a little knockback that goes on, like I said, so in this corner is probably the best. Now, I think I used to call a hero everybody in the corner with my mage, but this works. You'll see once we start fighting what this thing is, and it will make a little bit more sense. All right. So we'll do, what are we going to do here? We're going to pop shield. And how long on this? 2 minutes? Yeah. Okay, that's going to last that long. Secret. There it is. Grab it. Bring it to the corner here. We're going to do Flash of Anger to get it slowed. We're going to do Brace of Impact, Receptacle Shield. Let's do Armor of Ralosian Runes for right now. And are we slowed? I think we're slowed. Perfect. Let's do that. Now we're going to hit 77777. I'm ignoring all achievements right now too, so you can see there's like the knockback. We're going to do Unrelenting Acrimony, or Tension, whatever it's called nowadays. I'm going to get you back here. So he turned into like a chicken. You can see I get knocked back a lot, right? And then this stun. It's a pretty significant stun. Now, I could probably like go over to Voxel, right? He's stunned, but I could run him out of the way. And you might be able to like get the achievement, but I'm not really concerned about it right now since I have the lower level. I don't even know how she got up there. I have the lower level in the group, right? So it's just like, why bother? All right, now we kill it fast enough. Yeah, we did. So we come over here, open, and we failed the no poke one because, you know, I'm not running them around. Let me get them all over here, just so I can know where they're at. All right, let's look at the loot and see what we got here. I got some ornamentations. We're gonna leave all that here. I don't want to waste my inventory space with that. We don't want celestial armor. It's terrible. We're gonna give Voxel the rune. This is 120 gear, so this is gonna be mostly tribute. We'll give pretty much all this can go to Voxel for right now. In all honesty. Now, this is a stamina intelligence Og type 7. I'm gonna take this on Hamrok for now. Obviously, I should give it to the shaman and stuff, but I feel like this is a better option. All right, because he's missing type 7, so might as well do it. All right, so then we're done with that mission. Cloak can randomly drop, didn't drop. Obviously, we're sad pandas, but we can do it now. So now we can, actually, we're just gonna go to Lorian's song and P task. And apparently you can't click that item either, so you have to use the anchor. All right, so we're gonna do Final Fugue and knock that one out. Come on. Maybe we'll just go do some grinding after this one. I haven't tried any of the missions yet for the next expansion, for the Outer Brood, so I'm not 100% sure if I can do those yet. All right, we want the door. There's 14 players in zone. Oh, all right. We might be able to snag a name. Where's the Brood Queen spawn? Over there. Let's go see if anybody's camping it before we do this. There we go. Invis. Stupid mage. Come on. Follow me. Oh, wait. Statue. Statue's right here. It might be up too. Or uncamped, I mean. Yeah, it is. All right, let's grab it. If it isn't, I don't see anybody here. There we go. And then let's just burn this thing down so we don't waste our time. But yeah, as you can see, Lorian's song significantly easier than everything else. I'm not even trying here. That's kind of weird, in all honesty. Let's shrink them. Speed focus. Let's do rage and stance. And bard song. Excellent. All right, you're at 42. You're at 103. Get Weapon Master. All right, Weapon Master is done. You're at 45. They're at 78. Let's get abundant healing. Excellent. Come on. There you go. Alright. Gallant earring clasp. It's glowing. Let's send all the spell to you. That can go to voxel 2. These are all tradable, so it's fine. Agreed that. That can go to Viva. Voxel. Voxel loots everything. He's the only one who's gonna have personas. Except maybe the shaman. She might do a cleric and a druid, but I don't really plan on doing a lot of personas with these guys except for voxel, so I can do other things. All right, so Bird Queen is still up. Let's go right over here. Now, someone could be, just fighting it and taking, a lifetime to kill it, but you never know. There's some rats. There's a leech elder. Let's like over here, I think. There she is, right there. All right. Everybody here? Doesn't matter. This is going. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and do flash reciprocal, and then I'm gonna drop all my burns again. If there's anything left, anything in the tank for that monk, he's gonna use it, and then we'll get some massive healing going here. And yeah, he's got nothing up yet. And while we're here, we'll check the hunter. Close. We already have these ones. But I mean, look how fast this thing's dying compared to other stuff. There we go. Excellent. And we got a royal slasher. Alright, that's tradable, right? Let's just roll that out. Actually, let's send that to voxel and that to voxel so he can deal with that. Alright, let's get out of here and let's do the mission. Always check the names. Always check the names. You get a little lucky. I throw all the tradable stuff in my guild bank though for anybody in the guild that wants it, so that'll eventually make its way there whenever I'm not messing around. All right, we kicked that mission already, so smaller helps if you spell it right. Maybe not smaller, small. Yes. Small. Oh, cannot be assigned because the minimum level is too low. All right, mage, you're gonna sit this one out. Let's turn off your key maps here, and where are you bound? Actually, shards of landing. Jeez. All right, let's put you in there. Now let's go to you. Let's get out our unsuspend. Excellent. Now we can do small. Excuse me. All right, now we can go upstairs. Cast off. And just go straight up here. All right, door 7. And I do these manually just because it gets a little impossible to get them up the stairs. Stair. I'm going to stand her right here in the middle of the lag pile. And so we can get some buffs maybe on her. Maybe a nice little clarity so she stays perma-full on mana. There's another one. I think we can start clicking the door actually at this point. And I think the minimum requirement for this one is 110. I'll have to check here in a second, but I think it's 110. All right, come on, zone, zone, zone. Excellent. All right. 110, yeah, minimum 110. So you can go right here. All right, you're on reactive, on burn. Hail you. They come. Get right here. Let's get them on follow, and then we're gonna kill the two casters that come first, and then we'll kill those guys depending on how their spacing gets. Let's get warlock here. I mean the hex, not the warlock. And that should work perfectly. Come on. I need a little bit more damage out of you guys. Just make sure autofollow puts them in the right spot. Looking good so far though. And I found out I'm dumb because I did not realize that the Shaman group torpor could be cast on another group. I never realized that ever. When I was power leveling, I was able to cast it on the group that I was power leveling, and my mind was absolutely blown. Let's see here. Let's get the 100% one. I know they're not fighting that one. We're just gonna unconditionally pull it out and then kill it. It'll eventually warp back over there, but we want to see how like Helm's Bane over here is like trying to annoy us with his annoyance. Because if it goes back over there, we'll probably have to flash to avoid the instant kill that can possibly happen from the amount of damage these orcs do. See how he teleports back over there, but we're doing so much better now that it's not a big deal. Didn't even slow that one. Now we're gonna get teleported. And so the two boars are stacked on each other. These things are rough. So I'm going to try to pull one apart from there. Let's see here. What is it? Grappling strike? It doesn't do anything. They never do anything. Let's get these things slowed. I don't want to engage these right away because they are rough. And Let's do Love and Crash and Flash. And then I'll do Resplendent Glory for the extra healing. And we should be fine here at this point. I saw the my mage. I thought she was dead. Oh, she's not here. All right. Excellent. Now we got this guy. Target him. Get him slowed. Excellent. And we're getting 1.2 million right now. That's not too bad. And we're gonna get this guy here. I'm gonna grab him. I need to pull the monk back. Didn't get slow off. There, he's slowed. I love my mouse. I can just hit one button and it works. There we go. All right, that's done. Now, what happens now is these guys run off to the ambush point right here, and some goblins are going to attack them. Now, what I do is I slowly make my way there. This will give me a little bit more time to engage because I don't want to fight 3 goblins at once. I can fight 2 at once, but 3 at once will kill me. And as long as, see how, like, they're already engaged, I can go right here, I can pull this 1 goblin, and I'm good. It makes it easier. Now, if you don't want to fight them at all, you can literally just sit AFK right there. The NPCs will kill them all. Like, I died on the, I think it was the boars, and then I kind of just, like, sat out the rest of the fight while I was, like, rebuffing him and stuff. And the NPCs, like, got it all the way done and got all the way up to the top. Now, I don't know if you can AFK this entire mission, but I was able to completely avoid all of that, so that was interesting. Alright, so here we are with this guy. Now, I'm going to pull this one off with acrimony, or what is it called? It's called unconditional now. it's got a lot of names over the levels, right? You get the first name of the level, the thing, and you're like, that's what it's called forever. I wish they wouldn't change the names of stuff every level, right? Like, instead of like climatic stand, just call it stand, you know, just let's make it simple, and then add a rank number to it or something like that, you know, stand rank 5, you know, and it just increases. You know, it takes a little flair out of it, but at the same time, I mean, vigorous defense versus defensive, I mean, yeah, I mean, it's not really adding much flair to it. Now on the casting spells, right? Like, what is here? It was on Horshun's Pandemic, right? Like, I mean, that just Pandemic would work fine for me personally. All right, that's all of those. So let's go up here. Just slowly running. And right up in here. Excellent. Now I'm going to break off my shaman. I'm going to mount her so she doesn't get knocked back. And this guy's going to spawn right here. We'll grab him in just a moment. Get him up here, right about this spot. turn him around. Now he's gonna do a spin attack knockback, but I mean it's not a big deal. The only like if you have like casters, you want to mount them all up so they don't get knocked back. But you know, I still have to move the bard and the monk, so it doesn't really matter too much. See here. Hey Blarp, how's it going? So let's see here. So true, because my druid and beast sword have spells in the 110-20 range that are straight up the same as the lower level versions. For instance, druids have 2 sun swords, just different levels, and nothing noting that. Yeah, I mean, they could save a lot of time and just, you know, have a spell. So when you talk about a spell, right? Like if I say, you know, Flash of Anger, right? I know what that is, right? Everybody's gonna know what Flash of Anger is, you know, like instead of, you know, the different stand version, right? That and then it confuses some people that might not understand the differences there, and it just, you know, some simplification like that would be fine, I think. Him right back there. NPC's engaged too soon. So let's get the bard on there. Where's the monk? And the monk. Excellent. And these guys are dying pretty quick at this point, so. And we do have enough to buy Armor of Wisdom 60. Might as well do all these while we're doing this. I like to multitask. I don't have that one. And I'm gonna max out your second insult before I do anything else. Alright, Firethorn. This dude's got like an AoE mana drain in the frontal cone. So you want to make sure you turn him around, but I try to focus most of the bosses away from my groups anyway. But you know, stuff happens. It's hard to guarantee everything 100%. Shift A. There we go. My aura window disappeared. All right, Firethorn is just melting. This is good. What's my DPS right now? 3.2 million. With the warrior in the lead here. Alright, the other one's gonna spawn like right here. Where are you at? There you are. Grab you. And push you there. And you there. The DPS on this one, 1.4 million. Now I don't have any disciplines running on the monk, so that's just his DPS. So that's actually not that bad. I think for his current gear level. I think if I added a berserker to the group, I could increase his damage. It'd be a nice little synergy. I've been reading on berserkers because I'm looking to make one in the future for the guides and stuff, and I'm starting to do research, and I'm noticing a lot of niceties that they have. All right, that should be the last one. So the named should spawn right here. All right, and then we're just gonna move the monk, and we're gonna move the bard, and where's the monk? We're gonna do round kick on the monk so he gets an extra stun. And there we go. I'm gonna stand, or I mean flash, and then I'm gonna stand so I don't have to think about anything else, since I already love and crash. Once I get this going. All right, he's standing now. 7s for all the burns. There we go. Now the bard is dual wielding stun weapons, so she's good there. We're gonna do, what is it, Death Dance? So she dual wields every round here in just a second. There we go. Click that on. See, instantly breaks the stun. We just gotta wait for 1,000 blades to end. Let's get some more burns that we don't have active on there. Just try to break that stun as fast as possible. So we can do this. What are we at? 4.6 million DPS now. Voxel in the head, 1.7. That's nice damage for him. There we go. Oh, that's taking too long. Break it, break it. There we go. Jeez, it must have been a proc fest. Alright, Death Dance. So she dual wields like every round. And that should increase her stun chance. Alright, now we're getting the AoE. If you want the achievement, you gotta run out of this, right? So I think Blarp already got all my guys the achievement for this one, so we're good. And down. Alright. 4.2 million DPS at the end of that. The mercenary got up to 600, or yeah, 650, so that's not bad. Alright, let's open this up. And no neck. Alright, trash, trash, trash. I'm gonna send this to Voxel for now. And this one too, because I could theoretically see reasons for him to need them, but I'm not 100% sure. Voxel. Alright, what is this? This is the shield. This goes to Voxel. Alright, let's go into Soldatna for tribute. Let's see here. Let's save that to Viva. Viva. Captain Strength. Oh, that's a lovely one. Hamrok. No, what is the lore group on this thing here? This is the Goblin Smarts, right? Oh, is it right there? Excellent. All right, we can loot that. We don't already have one. What is this? This is the Paladin Shadow Knight. Let's give that to Voxel. He does have a Shadow Knight, but he doesn't need it. Apparently, Viva can salvage that. And we got the Grungy Bauble, which is a charm now. Honestly, I think Voxel needs that one because he does not have a better charm. Yeah, this is a slight upgrade for him, so we're going to do that. On to Voxel. Excellent. All right. Kick. P task. Get them out of the mission. Hopefully they all looted their stuff. Suspend. Fight. Ketka. All right. Now, I think what we'll do is we'll grind Ketka to 110. I think that's going to be the play here. And we'll go do, like, just kill some hunters or something in the Outer Brood. Which one? Actually, if we do the chamber, we will get a bag. I think that's what that is, right? Yeah, we'll get a 48 slot bag if we complete the chamber. So let's do that. We also looted this bag. So let's see here. Excellent. And then we can make some loot changes here in a second. What is that in his? Oh, that's the what is it called? That is the what you call it thing. So we'll get that. Come on. Do some Og swapping, and we can move on. Come on. let's click this one. And then this og, we need to switch. Because I think these are the two that conflict with each other, right? Might. Yeah, might, greater resolve. Yeah, so those are the two that conflict. And then we got this one here. Is it Green Glory? Yeah, Green Glory we're going to get rid of. I think that's a mage summoned one. No, that's not the mage summoned one. What? What the hell is this one? All right, I have a worse one. Let me see if I can find that one real quick. Oh, wait. Is this it? Yeah, look at that terrible og right there. This is going to be a better upgrade. There. And a T-pillow, or teal pillow upholstery. Got that, and we're good there. Now, let's go to Aria Covet and figure it out from there. And I'll wait. Well, actually, yeah, I'll campfire her in wherever we end up. So I don't have to deal with trying to get a level 105 or 103 or 104, whatever she was, through the zone. Looks like we got some AAs to spend too, so it's nice. We got 66 for Final Fugue. I think it'll be 250 during Extra Life, if I'm not mistaken. So it'll be worth doing there. Now, did we get enough currency to get an AUG? No. Let's get you off your mount. Now, Harbinger's Cradle. We need to go downstairs through Harbinger's Cradle to get to Chamber, so let's do that. Tracking. So we go like this, go right here. 1, 2, 3, drop down. Go through here. Come on. It's just stuck on the wall. All right. Get you. Come on. The zone. All right. So now let's check tracking. I like to always check tracking for name, just in case as I go through a zone, because I don't really pay attention when I run through. So if there is an opportunity for a named, inadvertently or advertently, I would like to make sure I take that advantage. All right, we're gonna go this way. And we already finished all the quests, so all we have to do is kill names. So this is the fun part. I just don't feel like doing Lorien song quests. I'll have to do them eventually. Just don't feel like doing them right now. Come on. Alright, we're in the zone. Let's go ahead and shrink. And we should be able to just move up right here. And then we're going to pop a campfire down here. And then we're going to bring you in. And where's the bard? Let's check tracking here. Nothing's on track, so let's do this. Achieve events. We have only killed the administrator here, so that works for me. I kind of want to see what this kills the young is. Maybe he's like a giant dragon. I don't know. He's got like his own little lair down there, so that's kind of cool. So let's go do that one first. Get her shrunk. And invis. Perfect. Everybody on follow, and then we can just sort by filter. Just want to go straight across here. And we don't have to worry about any, I don't think there's any C-invis mobs in this zone, as far as I can tell. I did a lot of running around here for the pull-ups and stuff, finishing that quest up, and I did not encounter anything that was problematic like that. You can see there's a pull-up there. You probably just sit here and kill them in this tunnel without ever actually having to do anything. Alright, I think it was this green one over here. Am I right? It is. So let's take a look at the camp first. I don't know what the placeholder is, but it's not too bad. We're gonna get a few doubles, I guess, at once, but I think I can pop everybody down like right here. And we'll just grab this worker. And we'll start with this guy and make our way through it. We're going to leave that because that is the pulp quest. I guess you can get it without having the quest, which is kind of nice. I don't think they're pre-lootable though, so it's kind of could be annoying, right? Alright, back to you. Alright, let's go to the mage. Let's move her like slightly back here, right? And then turn her back on with her key maps. So when I push buttons, she does something useful. Alright, so she is getting 1.4 or 1.14, I mean, experience per kill at 104, which I guess is okay without no experience bonus. Not 100% sure which one the placeholder is, but this seems like a safe spot right here, so be grinding this for a little bit. Alright, you got 100. Alright, so we can get Technique of Master Wu, which increased our damage a little bit. More abundant healing for you. Focus damage for you. And another rank of Armor of Wisdom for you. Always be spending your AAs. Don't be like me and forget, and then you know, you're wasting stuff. So definitely want to make sure you're always spending them. And I make all my boxes do greed, and then I do need with Voxel, who's my main character. But I play from the warrior. Maybe one day Voxel will have a tank and I can play him as a tank, but I don't. I like playing the monk the most, honestly. But I'm really excited about trying Bard on him for a little bit, at least to get his AA maxed, and then see what's after that. I'm gonna try to do all the heroic dexterity-based classes on him. And I think I'm almost ready to make the Monk 125 video. I've spent a lot of time on this one. Trying to make sure it's smart. I'm not saying something wrong. Go. All right. That's good. $1.7 million DPS. Lovely. All right, a twofer. All right, this will be fun. Look at that Bard off tank there. Jeez. Oh, I'm surprised she didn't die, honestly. Flash. Slow. Fury. There we go. Everything's on me. They should be AoE slowed. I like that you can see when he puts his hands on his face like that. It's like the stun effect, right? I love it because you can see when a mob gets stunned. And it is just the nicest little touch to the animations for these creatures. Oh, I don't have my Bard facing the right way. And let's go back to Flying Kick on the Monk. So I can gush over how much damage he's doing. As he does less damage. There, he's building it back up. I'm really happy with my Bard damage. I don't think I was getting that much damage on my Bards on FV. Now, I don't think I was trying to gear them as well as I do here, but definitely noticing a nice uptick there in Bard, and I don't even have a melody worth talking about on her at the moment. It's literally all the songs and the melody that's like I've memmed one after another. It's like the dumbest. What the hell? It's like the dumbest melody I've ever made. All right, let's just mark this as never, since we don't ever actually have to do that. Never. I'm gonna roll greed on these. Why not? And then maybe when I get to the quest on her, she'll already have them all done, and it'll count, or I can find a way to make them count. Either way, I don't want that. I don't like the pop-ups to pop up. All right. Well, this is a smaller camp, I'll tell you that. I didn't think we'd clear it that fast. Oh. I thought I saw shiny. All right. Greed, whatever the hell that is. A tongue? Greed. And I'm using a water pet. Seems to be the right play there. I mean, I'm at 149k DPS on her now without anything beyond heroic gear on her. So I feel like I got her going pretty well. The exact same rotation gets me about 1.5 to 2 million DPS on FV with my mage there, so I just need to upgrade the spells over time. Okay, so maybe we can get a mob from up here. That's a long ass pull. That is definitely going to be a long pull. Maybe not the maybe the place not being in this room. Maybe there's a better place to camp this. It gives me time for my mage to get mana, so I guess that works. Now, the mage does not have Arya Bane, so she's screwed. I have to get her the hunter, I guess, because she can't do the quest yet. For the first mercenary. Let's see if we can get another mob up here. Bring this one down. I think the spot was safe. I'm trying to remember if like it's safe right here, and then there's a mob here, and then a mob over there. I think that's what the layout was. All right, perfect. Back slightly. All right, that looks good. Let's go up this way. And, all right, we can grab this manipulator guy. And his friend. I don't think we'll have any problem with these guys, but should be fine. All right, we're 52. We're gonna almost finish Armor of Wisdom. Like I've been focusing 100% like on the warriors' defensive stuff and nothing offensive yet. So I'm kind of excited to get to like the other, you know, the meat here, right? I'm kind of excited, but you know, we'll see when we get there. I like how these little swarm pets from level 100 can actually face tank level 125 mobs. It's kind of hilarious, honestly. Like they die eventually, but you can resummon them like every 5 or 6 seconds. So I mean, it's kind of hilarious, but at the same time, a little bit weird. There we go, 1.1 million on the voxel. I think he's getting it. He's getting it up. He's getting it a little bit better. Can we see what I see? It's 36. What the hell is this? Why are you rolling on polyps? They're shrunken. Shrunken. Alright, there we go. And then these are greed. What the hell is she rolling on polyps? Maybe that was from earlier on when I did the quest. .4 to 1.1. Honestly, I might move right here, because then I can pull everything here up to this point. I mean, let's get this named and then we'll move on, I guess. This is a nice, safe little hole in the wall over here. Slow him. Monk. And Bard. Let's get our dots on him. I'm almost to the point, I think, where I can drop the healer merc. I feel like I'm so close. I could probably do it now, but I'd have to pay a little bit more attention than I do. And I don't really pay that much attention. So it's kind of one of, it's like a double-edged sword. $59. Perfect. Another rank of Armor of Wisdom. And it looks like we're getting repops down here. Perfect. So that guy will... Let's just get him. Find them both at the same time. If the other one even makes it down here, right? There he is. Flash of Anger. I'm going to do an AoE slow. Fury. And Rampage. And then the bar needs to be adjusted. Excellent. And over on the monk, we'll do Devastating Assault. Never mind. I didn't even see how low that one was. Oh, we're fine. A Mender. Right. What? Oh, it's the tissue sample. Never. And then you need to roll need on everything. Come on. Grab this one. And I like that these have like a little bit larger of the hitbox, right? So you can kind of just pull into your group without having to reposition them most of the time. And it just works. Mod rod for you. Come on. Oh, and you can mount up inside of here. Nice. So that means I should mount up my shaman right back here. Come on. There we go. Holy shit. Look at this guy. Oh my god, he's a giant dragon. I was thinking like, oh, maybe it's a giant dragon. Oh my god. Look how big this thing is. It's just totally ridiculous. I wish I could zoom out the camera like enough to actually see him. Oh my gosh. Alright, well we got the named here so we can move. There we go. Look at this little tiny ogre fighting this massive. I can't even look at him. I can't even. It's just so hilarious. Alright, let's burn him. Because he's like clipping into the geometry. Like, how did he get. Like, alright, right. Like, this zone is like the colon, if you will, of this giant flying dragon we're on, right? So is this guy like Lemmy-Winks? I mean, is he like Lemmy-Winks? It's kind of funny because he is a giant. Did they raise him down here? I mean, God. It's so ridiculous. Come on, monk. Do a little bit more damage, please. Oh, let's get Huron stance in there, Tonpo and Rage. Still haven't figured out that issue with Rage, but we'll figure that one out. And Kellis the Young has been eliminated. Alright, we got a range item. Tier 2 range item. Like, what does everybody got here? Oh, you're... you could use anything. You have Uprising. You have the one from the other zone. Is it any different in stats? More hit points. More HP regen, but you lose dex. I'm not really concerned about that. Alright, so shackled boots to Ketka? Nope. To Voxel? Yes. I will send what's Voxel have? He is Uprising too, so I'll just send it to you for tribute for now. Alright, let's get this up here. Some lag. There we go. Everybody's caught up now. Alright, we'll fight our way out and find another named. And this is what I plan to do on Extra Life. I think Blarp's going to set up a raid, and I'm just going to go zone to zone killing mobs with my guys. And hopefully by then I don't need a mercenary, because then I can have six in my group, which will translate into probably at least one player with me at all times, because I don't have a sixth character that I care about worrying about hunters on. But ideally, I'd like to probably do that. And once I'm good, once I'm good to be able to do that, I'll probably just invite anybody who wants to join while I'm doing these streams. I'm just not confident that I could make it a good experience right now with the mercenary. Without the mercenary. Hunter raid, 3 or 4 X packs for all, and room up to 4. Yeah, definitely. Let's gonna be great. It's gonna be great, Blarp. It's gonna be great. I don't like these guys mounted while I'm trying to move. Excellent. All right, let's go up here. We got one more to kill. Why are you not looting these? You're getting them, but you're not looting them. I don't know. Something weird. Come on. $1.5, 1 million. All right, we're sticking at about 1 million DPS on the monk, which is about a good number, I think. Let's take a look at the map here. We got the Arc Seer here. We got the Sea Seer here also. Why not right here? I don't feel like there's gonna be any problems, in all honesty. But I mean, if we die, we die. But I think there's like one roamer that was roaming up and down the hall there. There we go. Oh, you know what I should do? I'll do it later. Alright, let's grab this guy. I'm not 100% sure what the placeholders are. I'm just going to kill everything. Which works, right? She's getting, what, 1.1% per. She's 104. Definitely, definitely good there. Alright, you're at 60, or no, 80. 110. You need 60, and you need 90, jeez. You know what we should do? We're gonna do it. We're gonna burn our lesson on all these guys real quick, since I feel like I'm gonna be here for a little bit. And this will speed this up a little bit. Not a lot, but a little bit. Not that I pull heavy, but let's get what we can. So you're getting like 1A for that thing we just killed, so let's see what we get now. Maybe like 2, 3. And let's mount the shaman. Excellent. All right, Arc Seer, Sky Seer. All right, so I'm guessing these are flying mobs are what we're looking for. So they're gonna be like somewhere up in the sky. Oh man, he just out of mana. That one took a little longer. 5 AAs. Oof, love it. All right, there's an observer. I think he's the Arc Seer placeholder. Somehow related to that. Let's see here. gonna update. Let's go ahead and update the titles here on these. So grinding outer road. Copy that, save. Copy that, save. There we go. Maybe that'll make people want to watch. Seeing the new expansion. I say new when the new one's coming out. The current expansion. $61, I think that was the right number. So we'll grab abundant healing. So what does it actually do here? 30,000, 32,000 health per tick, extra healing. I'll take it. That's like a slow hit. All right. There's some more flying ones over this way. There's a gazer. Let's grab. There's something flying on the other side too. Come on, get that slowed. Alright, where are we going after this? I think, like, delayed death is important, but I think I can skip that one for now. And then, I mean, these are all going to increase my damage. What about this? These are going to be good too. Ooh, I can enable that one for free. Disabled it. And then train it again. Alright, I guess it wasn't free. Whatever that one was. Let's grab that gazer. Like so, and then position you with a need, and you with a greed. I hate looking at loot windows on any of my characters ever. Alright, looking good there. Let's get this one. There's another flying roamer over there. Let me see here if I can go to the map. So this is low. Let's do high of like 40. There we go. Look at that. That makes that map look a little bit better. So it looks like the Arcseer can spawn in 3 different spots with that. So that works out. So anything that flies, I think, was what we're looking for. There. Right, make sure the monk is in. Yeah, Grix, all the way back to Night of Shadows for the neck, the back, and whatnot. Maybe if you want to do the earring and you want it to level up, maybe worth doing it for I can't remember, Torment of Velius also, but you know, that one's a little bit further back, so. And that one requires a lot of trade skill stuff, so I don't know how valuable it is still if you can't get the raid achievements on it. Since you won't have as much stats as a maxed raid one without doing the raid achievements. Though, if you can do the raid achievements, then it might be worth it. That is true. Yeah, so you would actually probably still benefit from, since you're on Aradune, right? You would probably still benefit from actually doing the earring. So Torment of Velius would probably be good. Alright, let's get this one slowed. He must have been an ad. Sky Century. Now, I personally plan on doing the earring just to do it, but I don't know if it's going to be something I'll wear, since I won't be able to get the raid achievements and stuff. But I will do it just for just for the sake of doing it, because I want to get the. I never finished it on Nomergard. So if you don't, if you've got currency, I believe you can just straight up buy the ring. I think you can straight up buy the ring from the merchant if you haven't gotten it. I can't remember how much it costs, or if you can still do that. I don't know if that's still a thing, but I would only do it on Hamrok, not Voxel, unless you want to. Yeah, I think that's the play too. I think it's gonna be on the warrior, not the monk, unless you know I put a warrior on the monk too. I don't know. Agreed. Need. Oh, so there it goes. Ring is on the vendor. Is 1350 currency. Need hot stock collections on is done. Only hot stock. So there you go. If you haven't gotten the ring yet, you can go purchase the ring for submission currency. Let's see here. You're dropping Blarp's Zeke earring for the new mask. Okay. I don't box, just play a necro. Ah, I see. What server are you on, Vincia? Vecnia. I'm sorry. I'm dyslexic. A beholder. Now these are just totally randomly named mobs. FV. Okay. Yeah. I mean, it's kind of hard there. Like, if you're on, if you're in that, there's a guild called Emerald Dragon Alliance, I think, or Dragon Alliance, Emerald Dragon Reborn. It's one of those something. I'm terrible at remembering things, but I'm not in it, and they do missions with stuff, so you might be able to get a group with them and be able to do it. Oh, you're in it. All right, perfect. Yeah, you should be able to. Like, from what I understand, like I did one of the missions with my paladin with them, and it was a nice bunch of people. So definitely fun. That's kind of why I'm playing on Drenell now, is because I want to play with more people. And you know, I've met a lot of people here that are really good, and we've gotten a lot of people to come to the server and literally start from nothing and level up, you know, to 100 plus in a few days, you know, with Blarp's help and stuff like that. So it's been pretty crazy, in all honesty. Alright, do I have both of those? Yes, I do. Fury, Rampage, Monk, Vecnairborn. Okay, nice. Alright, and turn. Ooh, we got 110, so we can pick up Technique of Master Wu. Perfect. And then here at 39, which is not enough for that one. I forgot I was doing a lesson. Let's see here. I don't think you're ready yet. What about you? You are ready. Next tier of insult. Let's grab this guy over here, even though he's not a placeholder. At least I don't think he's a placeholder. I think it's the holders and the Sky Dragon boat looking things. Excellent. All right. Those are all clear. There's an observer. Let's get him. I mean, this is a nice little spot right here. I mean, this is definitely a hole in the wall. Oh, this dragon's calling. Oh my gosh. Running my bard completely dry though, so let's try mounting her for a little bit. She can't kick, but she'll regenerate mana slightly faster. Oh, there's some sky ones. Let's see what's over here. Oh, there's a sky sentry. Let's grab that one. Much closer. And we're good. Yeah, I'm trying to help, you know, get a community going on Dronell, and we've gotten you know, a lot of people to join. We had like 50 plus people online. I don't know, there's a lot of boxes, right? But we had a lot of people online and whatnot, and you know, it's starting to become something kind of fun, right? Get to meet some people. A lot of people from my Discord have created characters and stuff, and it's just gonna be a fun time, I think, as we get everybody leveled up and, you know, people are playing. I'm gonna try my damnedest to help level anybody I can during Extra Life, but my character's just quite not strong enough to drop a merc yet. But once they're, I think, max AA, it'll be a little bit better, and I could drop some stuff there. But hopefully it'll be fun for anybody who comes and plays. What are you at now? You're a 105. Whoa, jeez. Hello. Isn't that fun? Alright, I think I can hear the crunching. Let's do that. And let me turn my AC on, because I'm about to burn alive in this miserable heat. Technical difficulties. Oh my gosh, am I going to have to get rid of this Echo Bee nonsense? There we go. Go away, Echo Bee Plus. Right over here. How long do we got our lesson? 12 minutes, not bad. I'm kind of double dipping right now, right? Like, I'm leveling the mage, but I have the mage grouped with my with Voxel's persona, right? When I'm trying to level him up. So as she gets stronger, she's gonna help level him up a little faster, get him to 95, and then we'll just straight up put him in here at 95 and go to Gilded Spire and just kill dragons to level up that bard persona to 125 ASAP. So it'll be kind of hilarious, in all honesty. And then get that done, and then that'll free up a slot, because then I can just have Voxel play the bard and drop my actual bard for I'm not playing by myself. And then I think what I'll do is probably put a tank on Voxel so I can switch between like every class on one character, 'cause this is my main one, right? And these are just my support. Oh, you have a mage on Drenell. Oh, that'd be cool. If you want to, you know, hang out and have fun, definitely you probably wouldn't have to box, honestly, if you're just looking for a group. It's easy. It's very easy to slot one person in. Like, it's more difficult when the more you box, right? Like, you know, you're duoing, you know, with a box, it's a little easier. But you know, having 3+ can get complicated and stuff like that. But if you're gonna play like one character, you definitely be able to probably get a group with us or with anybody pretty easy. And whatnot. But I mean, your mileage may vary. All terms and conditions are optional or whatever. I can't guarantee anything that would happen, but you know, I don't want people to be disappointed if I can't do something. And I don't want to overpromise anything that I can't deliver. Yeah, but you can get tagged in the guild and whatnot, like Blarp said, and it'll be a good time. There we go. And I see mage as a very valuable class in the next expansion. I see very valuable. I'd be able to call hero people and moving people around. That's the only reason I have a mage in my group right now. I'm trying to level up so she can get into the Shattering a Row and call hero my boxes around. That's literally the only reason I've made her. Otherwise, I'd probably just have a merc or try to get somebody from the guild in the group at the moment, but at the moment I'm not sure I can drop that healer merc yet. Alright, how's our lesson? 8 minutes to go. What are we at here? 21, 57, 54, 76. 76 sounds it's usable. There we are. Abundant healing. There we go. Bard is off kilter. Same with the monk. Hey, Anarchy, how you doing? Oh, thanks. It's been a long time growing. it's been growing for a while. Let's see here. Ooh, that guy looks like he wants to get killed. Way up in the sky. Alright, tilt. I mean, sitting on the mount is like working pretty well for the bard, I think. Unless she was just like not doing anything. I don't get tangled up while sleeping. I actually wear a CPAP machine, and it covers my whole face, so it doesn't really move anywhere. I have issues when I'm doing yard work though, which I almost had a bad accident where it got caught, but I barely caught it. It was doing what is it, you know, the clippers, right? I was like clipping, my beard got out, and it was just, yeah, total pain in the ass. But the yard work's the only issue I've ever had with it. Cloud Guard, all right, let's bring you in. I clean it every week, is what the facility that that I got it from, right? I had to do like a whole day seminar kind of thing for them to even give it to me. Try on different things, tell me how to use it and all that stuff. But yeah, it's a weekly clean, plus they change out the insurance changes out the stuff really bad. Yeah, I snore terribly. Like my kids can hear it, you know, downstairs. Like they can hear me wherever I'm at when I'm snoring. But with the CPAP, I don't snore anymore. My wife says so. It's definitely different. Yeah, it might help your situation there. Like I kind of like this. Like it makes me. It just like, you know, puts me out. So it works out pretty well. But I had to get I do a full face, and I highly recommend that because the like the nose one, it just like I couldn't sleep with it in. I tried a ton of different masks. Yeah, especially at first. I kind of like stay up late now still, and I get up, you know, before 6 every morning to get my kids ready for school. But when I can sleep more than, you know, a few hours, I definitely can notice it. And immediately when I first started using it, I noticed it a lot. But that was during summer, when my kids weren't in school, so I was like, I had nothing to get up for in the morning, so I could sleep in a little later, and it worked out. I know I'd get a lot more sleep. But the only issue I have with it currently is it runs out of water before I usually wake up, because it has like a humidifier kind of element to it, and it just, when it runs dry, I usually just take it off while I'm sleeping. So, but like for insurance purposes, I have to use it for 300 minutes, I think, every day. So I definitely get the 300 minutes of sleep with it on every day. My wife says it's gotten rid of all my snoring, so I think that's a win for me. Come on. But when I did this sleep study, how the hell do you know? So it's got mine, the one I have, has a its own 3G modem in it, and it records your breathing and it sends it to my doctor, right? And then the insurance, since they're paying for it, right? They get information. Yeah, so it records my breathing. I can see how long I slept. How long I slept, how long my different breaths are and stuff like that. There's like charts with the app that it has and all kinds of stuff. So it's definitely a medical device that can provide a lot of information. And I have to go to my, I got it through my general practitioner, and I go and see my doctor, every few months to talk about it, and make sure everything's still going good and stuff like that. And then the company that it's through that did the sleep study and all that stuff, they send me new materials, like a new tube every 3 months, and I get a new mask every month. I think I have like 5 masks, and I just switch one out every month, and I clean it every week. So it's a little bit of work, but it's definitely worth it. Yeah, I did that at home like 3 times, because the first time I did it, the machine didn't work. And then the second time it didn't really work. And then the third time they did it, and I just like stopped breathing like for a lot. Like it was just a high number, and they told me, you're pretty much gonna die if you don't do this eventually. So I was like, all right, let's give it a shot. And I don't have any regrets. The company's a little, feels the company it's through feels a little scammy. How we lost the mage, not scammy, but a little aggressive, I think is the word. But at the same time, after dealing with this for a while, I can totally understand why they're so aggressive with the way they do things, because I think people don't pay them. I truly think this is what it is, and they're very aggressive with that. But I pay all my bills, so it was not a big deal once I got everything all set up and figured out what they are looking for. All right, let's get you summoned back up. Let's get you a pet. Let's get this. We got 2 minutes left on lesson. You're wasting it, mage. You're absolutely wasting it. Now, where's this? Let's do that. Focus. Let's see here. Hamrok. All right, let's get this eye right over here. Shouldn't kill you. There we go. Yeah, they want you to use it right, and the guy who did the seminar with me and showed me how to do everything, they were very helpful. They want you to succeed in using the machine, right? And definitely once I got the right mask, everything clicked, and I use it pretty much every night, unless my sinuses are all messed up from just not being able to, from allergies and stuff. So but apparently you do, cleaning it is something you want to do a lot. I heard, because I was doing some Googling, right? Apparently there can get like bacteria and mold inside of there, and it'll cause you more issues if you don't clean it every week. But your mileage may vary, right? No two people are the same, so it might be different. But definitely I recommend it. If your doctor's telling you to get a sleep study, I would do it as soon as you can. All reasons, because you can have I think a stroke is what they were telling me that I could have, and I was already having some issues from some other stuff. So definitely I did not Did not want to have a stroke. There we go. Let's see here. We should be able to find one right there. Let's go down this way. Come on. All right, and just move the bard a little bit. She stopped singing for some reason. I don't get it. Let's see here. What do you got? Monk 100? Oh my gosh, it just keeps going up. Every time. It's more and more. Alright, I think our lesson is done at this point. Let's take a look at this mage. Where is she at here? What are you at? Almost 106. Not bad. I think she was 103 when we started today, so not too bad for literally doing nothing. I mean, well, she's doing 63k DPS, so I mean, it's not nothing, but she's like my kicks on the warrior. All right. Zoom up here. Grab this one. Now, tomorrow I might start later than 9 o'clock than I normally do. I have to take my kid to school, and like it's literally it's like an hour ordeal. It's not that far away, but it's like an hour ordeal because my town has a street that you have to drive on to get to that side of town where the high school is, and it is the most bottleneck street I've ever seen. And this is, I know I lived in you know, the city before, and this is just ridiculous. Like, you can sit there for like 30 minutes to an hour sometimes just trying to get to the high school. Definitely not a fun ordeal, but I need to drop her off at school in the morning, so might just whenever I get home I'll probably start streaming that. Well, I don't know what we'll do yet. We'll probably do Final Fugue and the door opens, obviously, in the morning. If the dragons are up in Gilded Spire, we'll go hit those again like we did today. And stuff like that. And then maybe do some progression. I think we probably should be focusing on the Lorien Song quest and getting those knocked out. We got all the Outer Brood stuff done, and I think focusing on getting all of the stuff done in Lorien's Song is really going to be the play we need to do. I feel like that's going to be where we need to go. And that'll get us set so we can evolve the neck when the opportunity comes. And evolve, we can already evolve the ring, I guess, whenever that's ready. What are we at? 20%? Jeez. It's going to take a while to get the ring to the next tier. But we'll get that soon. And we still need to go get another, yeah, we need two more rings, so I have to farm those up. I'm gonna probably do some practicing on the High Priest mission to see if I can do that. The problem I'm gonna have is, since I use the key repeating multi-boxing, I don't want to do damage to mobs that 100% of the time, and that's where it the issue kind of rolls in. So we might have to do some tweaking to how I have things set up, so only the warriors doing damage at certain time. There we go. Let's see, trade skill loot sucks. NTOL and Arduino can't use Overseer to mask them. Oh. Yeah. I'm trying to think. There was a mob that I was killing and I was getting a lot of trade skill stuff from in Terror of Luckland. Because I spent a lot of time in Terror of Luckland and then I skipped Night of Shadows and did a TLP. I'm trying to think what it was. Oh, it would have had to have been in something in either Shadow Valley or what's the other zone there? Or Calvethian. I spent most of my time there. Vex is just broken. In that lesson, Blood Falls, I got a grand total of 7 silks, 1 hide, and 3 ore. Oh, that's ouch. That is definitely an ouch. I think if you go to Maiden's Eye and you kill the worms, you're going to get a lot more silk. Like those worms right outside, right in the middle of the zone, where that named is. Those are going to drop a lot of silks, I think. And then the gargoyles in Basilica, they drop crystals and stuff like that. So I think you might have to like focus a little bit. I think maybe it was Basilica had everything drop in there, but it's been a while. I think it was probably Basilica that I spent a lot of time in though, now that I'm starting to think about it. Because I was trying to kill a named and it kept killing my Shadow Knight that I was using at the time. And yeah, and then that mission inside that zone 2 was absolute nightmare for me then. Oh. Let me see here. Let's see. I don't think I'm getting much trade skill stuff right now. Like, I think that's just how it is. Let's see here. Voxel, he's got 6 ore. He's got 6 ore. That's it. That I can see. Everything else is from like out of era. Different expansions. Let me check you. Yeah, you have just Overseer junk. Is Hamrok looting stuff? No, he should be greed on everything. Yeah. Greed. Yeah, so I've gotten 6 ores from this. I did find a spot for crystals in this expansion that are really good, and I've not really... It's so weird, like these mobs don't really drop that much. Though, you know, I do get like 35 platinum a split, so that's... I guess that adds up eventually, but... you kind of have to focus. I literally... The bottleneck I'm having at this expansion level is crystals. And I finally found a mob that drops them reliably enough that I can go and kill. But there's just not enough mobs for it to be lucrative in any sense of the word. But I know I burned through crystals like fast. It's insane. Like I still have an earring I gotta make. And then I gotta make an idol, and I gotta make a cloak, and I can't remember what I fished for so long. I was so long fishing, and I made my 2 sheets. Well, I ended up with 5 sheets actually, but so much fishing and so much combining that fish up, it was totally tedious, and I totally didn't grab that guy. But definitely in era, it feels like they're kind of there's a kind of bottleneck on a lot of stuff. The one expansion I spent a lot of time on trade skills was Claws of Vishen. but there was the Dracoliches and the Scar that dropped everything, and you could just literally sit there and farm those all day long, and you know, come back with enough to make a few pieces of armor, right? Yeah, fishing. Fishing is fun. I ended up getting all my characters to 200 fishing so that I could do all the combines and all that nonsense on any of them, just because it takes hours. I think Blarp gave me like almost 99,000 fish scales and a bunch of fish. I think Finney gave me a bunch of fish, and I was just like going through it all, and it was like literally I left Voxel online for like a day and a half of doing nothing but cutting fish scales. And I was like, all right, I can't do this. I can't just sit here doing nothing except fish scales. So I had to break it all up into multiple characters. And I'm honestly thinking about having a character just dedicated to cutting up fish scales because it is tedious. Oh my gosh, you killed her again, you manipulator. Oh my gosh. Right in the back. Jeez. Alright, this is not a safe spot for her. We're gonna have to figure that out. Do something. Like instantly. Alright, we got that one down. Let's get this over here. Let's get you on there. Where's the bard? Look at that, the bard's got mana. Oof, I'm doing something wrong. I am doing something wrong. Alright, where can we put you so you don't get just instant gibbed? Jeez. Oh. I mean... I'm not really sure. There's like mobs everywhere here. Alright. Now, the mercenary reser this time. Respawn. Let's stand like right here. I'm sure she's gonna get killed right here too. She's not even high enough level to do anything. Alright, let's do that. Now I'm not in a time crunch. I'll make sure she gets buffed this time, but I don't think it matters in honesty. She still gets one shot. Let's see here. Gather fortitude. Oh, we still have focus up because reasons. Alright. And then reload our group spell set. Alright, we got 68. That's another rank of Armor of Wisdom, putting us at 11,053 AC. Lovely. Alright, there's nothing there. There's an eye up there. That's going to be the one I think is going to be problematic. Maybe. Alright, what I'll do. I'm going to move her right. No. She's going to stay right here. Now that I think about it, because that eye is going to spawn and kill her if I move her closer that way. There we go. Are we getting a two? Two? No, we only got one. Let's pull like right here. Excellent. Let's see here. Bard and monk need to be manipulated. Alright, she is not using mana at all now. What am I doing wrong? Insult. Insult is mana. I guess just sitting. Ooh, the foreman is up. Is there anybody else in the zone? There's a druid in the zone. Alright, where's the foreman spawn? Alright, I'm not pulling that. I guess that's the that druid or whatever is pulling that. Here, let's do this. Invis. Double check real quick. There he is right there. Maybe it's one of these random ones I'm pulling, right? So let's go kill him. Yeah, I think it's one of these strikers down here I'm pulling. We'll go up there and see if I see anybody. I won't kill it, but I don't see anybody. Oh, son of a bitch. Or she died somewhere. Oh, hilarious. Where is he at? Alright. Stand. Where does she die at? Alright, she didn't even make it into the room because she was wearing the dumb mount. Alright, so I want her to get credit, so let's release. She should get credit while being in the group, but we'll see. Looks like there's an ad. Let's do Fury. Shield. Let's switch the ad here real quick. Since the name is not really chunking us too much. Let's get Voxel there. Let's do Heal, Devastating Assault, that, Infusion. Silent Strikes, why not? There we go. Tonpo. Ain't gonna work. Alright. And let's do that. Because literally I made this character and I gated her to the group. My bard has a big endurance probably. I probably need to evaluate the melody. Right? Do you like, so my bard has like boastful bellow and all this junk down here, right? That's part of my spam button. And that is the endurance problem. The mana problem is insult. Every time you know, like if you have mana issues, it's because you're insulting. So it just depends on what you're doing. But I'm running like everything as raw as I can on her, just for try to maximize her damage right now. But it's definitely the thing. Oh my gosh, a cloak and an earring. All right, so we need to get that body. So let me do that real quick. Let's dismount you. And invis. Let's get that body, res her up here. Hopefully she got credit. If not, we'll get it again some other time. Because she's going to loot this junk. Alright. And she should get the res here in 2 seconds. Yes, take the res. Alright. So, the Wafer Corpse, the thing that goes to Viva. Send out to Viva 2. Starlit Sash. Threads of Booned Potential. Holy Soothing or Damage. Viva, what do you got on? What do you got on? You got that. Which is Overdrive Punch, which is the DPS belt. So you're going to want this one anyway. So that goes to... Let's loot this. There you go. Let's loot Starlit Sash to Viva. Kutka gets that. All right. Voxel gets that. All right. You? There we go. Just to get these gone. All right. E-ring clasp and that. Voxel. Defender of Uprising. So Voxel needs one. Hamrok already has Defender, plus he has the earring clasp already. I think Voxel. I think that's just a play there. Send that to him so I can maximize his earrings. Voxel, and then Cloak Fastener. I believe that's going to be the Bard. She doesn't have one. The cloaks are a pain in the dick to make, but I just don't see myself getting her the evolving cloak anytime soon. All right, let's dismount you. Let's shrink them. Let's focus. And let's get your pet out. How many times are you gonna die? Yeah, those are huge endurance drains, and I've been considering moving them off my spam of 4 to my spam of 5, so it's a little less because I only spam 5 when I'm healing, and I spam 4 when I'm doing everything else. But I don't know. It's hard to say what would be best for the way I'm doing stuff. All right, let's get you guys on follow. You're not switching your spells back, right, when I push that button. Let's go ahead and sell those and invis, and we should be able to move the back down there. Well, that was nice little, little surprise. Of course you're stuck, you dummy. Let's see here. All right, Voxel. Let's put the Bard back on a mount. Let's put the Shaman back on a mount. And I think you stand like right here, maybe. It's gonna be your safe spot. And back to pulling. Go. Oh, I am definitely missing some buffage now. We might have a little issue here. No, we're at 708 hit points. All right. Oh, we lost champion. That's it. All my auras are wearing off. All right, we're gonna take a second to buff those. All right, let's dismount for now since you're good. All right, so we need Master's Aura, Champion's Aura, Shallowin's Aura. What was that? Oh, shit. All right. I'm out of disk space. So, let's go ahead and, let's call it here. I'm out of disk space. I need to go delete the, or move the videos off the thing here. So, yeah, unfortunately, I'm out of disk space. So I will see you guys tomorrow. It should start about 9, maybe a little bit later tomorrow. Just depends on my traffic situation in the morning. But thank you very much for watching, and please have a fantastic day. And if you want to join us on Dronell, hit up Hamrok, my warrior, and I will talk to you. Thank you very much, and goodbye.